All right, this is homework problem from chapter 7, number 18. All right, so we're looking at, this is figure 730, and what they're asking for is a list of modes of operation in the JK flip-flop for each input pulse shown. All right, so input pulses, we're looking at T1, T2 through T7. Okay, and the first thing we want to do when we have a JK flip-flop is look at the asynchronous preset and asynchronous clear. Those happen automatically, immediately. So we're going to look at that just prior to going into the T1. And this is, we're expecting transitions to occur on a negative going pulse. Since we have this bubble over here, that will provide the transition on the negative going pulse. Okay, so let's look at what we got. At the first negative going pulse, just prior to that, we have a preset at 1 and we have a clear at 0. So since we have clear at 0 and that clear is an active low, our first mode of operation here will be an asynchronous clear. So you're going to have an asynchronous clear happening at T1. At T2 now, we're going to look at again, we're going to look at the preset mode, which is 1, and we're going to look at the clear mode, and the clear mode is also 1. Since they're both 1 and they're active high, they won't dominate, or they're not going to dictate the state of operation. So the state of operation is really going to be dependent upon J and K now. So J is a 1 and K is a 0 at T2. So that is when J is a 1 and K is a 0, looking at your truth table, that's going to be a set state, okay? Or maybe they call it a synchronous set. But it's a set state, and that will occur on the negative going pulse of T2. So at this point here, this is set at T2. And I'm sorry, back here we had asynchronous reset. All right, T3, we look at presets a 1, clears a 1. So it's dependent upon the J and the K. The J and the K are both 1s. So when J and K are both 1s, again, looking at the truth table, you're going to see that that's the toggle state. So at T3, we're in toggle. All right. T4, we're still at 1 and 1 for preset and clear. So it's up to our J and K. Our J and K again is 1 and 1. So at T4, we're at toggle. T5, again, preset is a 0, clear is a 0, so we're not in the asynchronous state. We're concerned about J and K. J's a 0, K's a 0, so that means T5 is a hold state. All right, T6, again, preset and clear come first. That's a 1. That's a 1. So there is no asynchronous operation at this point. It's strictly dependent upon our J and our K. Our J is a 0, our K is a 1, and when that's the case, at T6, this will be a reset state. All right, and then at T7, the last state, we have a 0 at preset and a 1 at clear, and a 0 at preset. It's an active low input, so we're going to act upon the 0 at preset. Well, a preset is going to put out a 1. So at this point here, at T7, and actually it will go to a 1. The output will go to 1 before T7, but the question is worded what's occurring at T7. So at that state there, at T7, we're actually in an asynchronous preset or asynchronous set. So again, this is looking at the modes of operation for figure 7-30. And the next question I believe you'll have to answer is you'll actually have to go through and map out Q. But if you understand this, mapping out Q should be a piece of cake.